All right, here we go. So we've just received our box in the mail, and we're super excited. The day has finally come. We have our TiltMod vPin controller in this box. And it's time to open it, time to put it together. This is a flat pack controller, so it is individual pieces of plywood. You'll glue or screw or both of them together and stick some 3D printed parts, and then you are good to go. But for right now, let's crack it open and see what we actually have in here. Open on the side there. Come on, boy. Draw a straight line. Okay. So we open it up, and I will have some smaller boxes, so all of this room around in that's in here, that'll be gone. But for now, this is what we got. We've got a package with our lockdown bar pieces. We've got a package here with our side and back rails. We've got another package here with our plunger parts. And then we have a big package here, and this is our flat pack kit. So we'll put these down. We'll put that over there. So plunger parts, rails, lockdown bar, flat pack kit. There are a few other things that I recommend that you have when assembling this. One, if you have them, some bar clamps. Specifically, I got these from Harbor Freight. They're like $10 each. They're 24 inches wide. And because they're flat bar clamps, they have an edge here that's actually made to go and sit on a table. And this is important, and I'll explain that to you in a few minutes. But if you don't have these specific clamps, anything that works in a similar fashion will work. Be inventive. That's why it's a DIY kit. But I have a total of 3 that I'm going to use. Another one, a soft blow mallet. You don't need like a hammer, a sledgehammer, or anything. But if you should have to beat a panel into place, not necessarily beat it, but tap it, that's always great to have. Some wood glue. I use Type Bond 2. This doesn't have a super long open time, so it will cure relatively quickly. So, you know, try to get your panel assembled in about 5 minutes. You should be golden. Maybe a small square of some kind, just to make sure that everything is square. Your boxes is lined up. A screwdriver. I've got a couple of screwdrivers here, but both of them are Phillips screwdrivers, so that's good to have. You might need a putty knife and some wood filler, because it is a DIY project. Something might be messed up. You might mess something up and have to fix it, so that's always good. A file of some kind, you know, shave off a little spur or a little flashing or something there. Obviously a pair of scissors. I've got a Sharpie, a pencil, an ink pen, anything you can write with, make a mark with. That might be useful as well. Oh, a measuring tape, always good, and a little hand drill. You won't necessarily need all of those, but they just make the job convenient should you need that, especially if you are modifying it, which is really the whole point of this kit and why it's not pre-built. I already did all of the hard work. Some other people did some really hard work with 3D modeling, but we'll get to them at the end. But it's meant for you to mod and do cool stuff with. So let's put our clamps away and get some of these packages open. So we'll start here, and I'll tell you what, the mist has really bundled these up really nicely. So let's see if this will come off nicely. Most of it. All right, cool. And we'll put that over there in the appropriate spot down on the floor. So we have a 3/4 inch skinny piece of plywood. This is your lockdown bar brace. We've got a front panel here, 3 buttonholes on the left, a buttonhole here, and then a set of 3 holes here. So this would be your front panel. We have a lid. The lid has a bevel cut on the back side of it. So the bevel faces down and goes towards the back. This will be the lid to the box. We've got 2 side pieces. The side pieces will have small holes already pre-drilled. These are for the rails that the lid sits on. And we'll put these side pieces over here like that. We will have a back. So this back is symmetrical, so upside down, left to right, whatever. Works just fine like that. And then we have a bottom in the middle there. So you can kind of see where this goes. It's meant to be intuitive, but also allowing some expression. But like literally, there you go. We're literally just going to clamp this together about like this, and you're like, I would say 70% done. But there's a specific way to do it, but I will show you guys that. So for right now, we'll put the lockdown bar brace and the lid. We'll put those away, and we will get to these also momentarily. So let's talk about how we're going to put these together. I think the best way to do that is with a quick dry fit. So let's make that happen. We're going to make a table, kind of like a workbench on a workbench. And I'll show you what I mean. So for this, I recommend some wax paper, or you can use saran wrap, whatever it is. But I'm going to make a table on top of these bar clamps. And the reason why I'm making a table is that when we start gluing things up, we need to be able to hold these pieces together inside of our clamps. So we make a little table like this. Oh, come on, get on there. There we go. Great. And now we can tighten things together. We can get it glued, all of that stuff. But there's a problem. If you do not put some sort of protection, saran wrap, wax paper, something on top of these, you will glue these blocks to the bottom of your controller, and that's bad. We don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do this. We'll double check and make sure that the waxy part is to the outside, which yes, it is. All right. Now we'll put our bottom piece down, just like that, and we are protected. We'll make sure that we have plenty of room for building. Yeah, we'll do like that. Yep, let me put these right here. Yeah, something about like that. We'll put our side piece here in this one. Put our other side piece in this one, paying attention that our little screw holes for our lid brace are on the inside. Your front panel, the 3 small holes will go on the right side at the top, and you'll have 3 big holes on the left. So we'll put that together like so. And always make sure that you look at your pieces and you put the best faces towards the outside. So there we go. That's, oops. There we go. That's how that's gonna go together, right? So this is what we're gonna try to do when we glue this up. So we'll have to glue all these edges together and get everything back in the clamps again, but this is ideally what it should look like. Now, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna go in here and we're gonna find, I think it's our rails. So let's move our table and all that stuff out of the way because we just want to work on this. So grab these two pieces. We're going to cut this package open. So much bubble wrap. There we go. That should come open. Okay. And make sure that there's nothing else in here. Nope. We'll put that down there. Let's see what we got in here. Okay. And we'll put that down there where it goes. We'll have some side pieces. So these go on the sides. We'll have some pieces for the back rail. And then we'll have two small pieces with countersunk holes in them. And how they're going to line up is just like this. And center out that hole, so just like that. Cool. And we're gonna screw those in. You'll be provided these screws, and you'll actually be provided more than I'm using today, just in case. Have you ever dropped a screw and then tried to find it on the floor? It rolls under the couch or whatever. God. Yeah, where's our hole at? Right there. We're just going to start to drill that in there. There we go. And we'll give that a little twisty twist. Get the other one lined up in there. I do not recommend using a hand drill or using an electric drill of any kind for this part, because they are plastic parts and we don't want to overflex them or break them. But there we go. We'll put this in our hole right here. Cool. Got that screwed down. We'll put the next one in there. Get that moved over a little bit. Cool. So now our side rails are on there. So we can put these little pieces out of the way. We'll just set those over there for now. So now we've got that prepared. Let's go ahead. So if you're ahead of me already, and you probably are, we've got our Titebond 2 here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a bead of glue on all of these edges here. But then I'm also going to run a bead of glue on this edge here, this edge, and I'm going to run it on this edge and this edge here. Excuse me. I've got a towel here to glue. And I'm just going to use my finger to spread this because I'm a savage. And it really doesn't take a lot. So we're just going to do like that. Got that glue on there. We'll put a little like that. We'll put a little like that. There we go. So then we will set that down. We'll get glue on our fingers, but that's okay. Because it's fun. This is playtime, right? So now we'll put glue on these outside edges of the front and back piece, because this glue is going to stick to our side panels. There we go. Double check our orientation. There we go. We're looking something like that. We'll do the same thing for the back panel. Get some glue on there. Glue on the back panel. Just like that. So now we can put in our side pieces. There we go. The glue is helping hold it together. And remember, our clamps are only slightly wider than the controller. So everything will fit relatively snug together. If it doesn't, you can loosen your clamps a little bit, get a little more room. There we go. Now comes the important part. So now we're going to get our glue bottle out of the way. We're going to feel along our edges here just to make sure that everything lines up. And we'll start tightening things down. There we go. So our back edge feels pretty good. And we'll go ahead and give that a couple of turns just to keep it in place. We'll double check our front edge. That feels pretty good. So we'll give this a couple of turns as well. And so we're feeling back along the back edge. That feels pretty good. We'll give it one more turn. Over here feels pretty good. I'm going to hold that in place because it's being a little bit of a bugger. And we'll give it another little turn. And we'll double check again. Feeling along our edges. Front edge feeling good. Oh, this one got squeezed in, so we'll let it go just a little bit. Move it and then twist it back. There we go. That's looking pretty good to me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a third clamp on here because I want to make sure this top edge here gets plenty of clamp pressure. And we don't need to squeeze too hard on the top there, just hard enough to close up any gaps that may remain. And then we'll do a check one last time. Everything seems to be pretty good. So I'll Twisty McTwisterson. And there we go. We're in clamps. We're lined up. Everything looks good. There we go. That's not too hard. I probably made it harder than it actually is for some of y'all. But there we go. That's it. We're on this wax paper, so I know that we're not going to glue the other pieces of wood to the bottom of this. So Type Bond 2 takes like 20 minutes to set up, but I'm just going to go have some dinner, and we'll be back for the next part. Thank you all so much, and I will see you again soon.